Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian,
What's going on, buddy?
joined also by Brett.
So
We're back to talk one of the weirdest experiments in reality television. This is MILF Manor, season 1, episode 8. I'm not your MILF. The titles continue to be great. The episodes continue to power on. This one, we kind of have two major parts here, pre and post the perfect matches, to kind of make a little bit of a reference to one of our other reality television shows, Perfect Match on Netflix. Check that coverage out in the playlist on our channel. But we did have the kind of thing they showed us in the preview, guys. You had to pick your match. You had to text in your perfect match. If you did not match with the person, you didn't match perfectly, you were out. Boom, boom, done, which I thought was actually a really interesting kind of little folded in caveat. I'll get into the quick matchups in a second, but like, what did you guys think overall of that kind of wrinkle?
I mean, I just kind of feel like they're mailing it in.
What did you think, Brett?
I thought it was a good way to get rid of people, to make them basically show their cards of who they liked and who doesn't like them. I guess the only one we really saw that got turned down without being in a three-way thing was Charlene and the other Ryan, where she wanted to match with him, and then he was just like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm going home."
Yeah, Billy and Lisa also didn't have anybody pick them. I can run through the matches really quick here. Steph and Gabriel match with each other. Jim and Ryan both chose Paula. She chose Ryan, which means we say goodbye to Jimmy. Not too much of a crazy surprise there. This one was interesting. You said Charlene chose Ryan S. He just didn't choose anyone. Poor
Right.
Charlene.
He was barely there.
Charlene, who tried very hard, finally met her demise here in episode 8. But big shout out to Charlene for trying her best.
Yeah, she's the only one that really I mean, I guess Kelly was trying, but Charlene was really trying.
Charlene tried very hard. She swung. At least you can say she didn't swing strikeout looking, right? She
Oh
struck
yeah,
out swinging.
definitely.
I guess Ryan just really wasn't about. He wasn't trying to get laid, because I feel like that could have
No.
probably happened if he wanted it.
He wasn't ready for the power behind Charlene. He wasn't gonna be able to take it.
Like a Black Widow, eat him alive.
Really. April and Joey match. So the oldest and the youngest match continues into the finale next week. Well, at least to start this episode. Um, Kelly, So Young, and Shannon all chose Jose. Jose chose Kelly. Not a crazy surprise there. So also losing So Young, Shannon. So here we end up losing. Let's see, overall, we have Jimmy, Charlene, So Young, Shannon, Billy, and Lisa. Right? Am I missing anybody?
I don't think so, but just Lisa's funny. Like, what did you get? Like a minute of screen time?
Minute of screen time in really quick out. And like I said, also Ryan S, obviously. Um, interesting. I like that they actually shed everybody before part 2 of this episode, because I think why see any kind of like investment for people that we know are going to be gone anyway. So I'm glad they kind of did the order in that way, because then it would be way more impactful and have to deal with less family members and kind of outside people. So Brian, like you and Brett, like I'm actually midway through, but you and Brett finished the whole thing. So I'm going to have you kind of take over from here.
Yeah. Before we move on, I want to just say I want to get your guys' opinion. Like, I don't know what people see in Jose. He has like no depth to his personality whatsoever.
I think
Got
it's
the
just a
super
looks thing
sexy
to
accent.
them.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know. Yeah, but
I don't know. He soft spoken, hasn't said anything really crazy disrespectful. They see
yeah, I
him
guess
like
that's
be close to Paula. I guess they find that to be a good thing.
he's not wearing nail polish or being
Even though
controlling.
it's still kind of creepy that they're too close.
Yes,
It's,
incredibly.
it's a very limited selection, so I mean, I feel like
True.
Jose might be the best pick there.
That's
So
true. That's true. Yeah. I don't know. I just every like this episode to me, like when we move on to the dates, like there's no I don't know how they're gonna do another season of this. I'm starting to lose like all my faith.
I think people's reactions to the show are getting very toxic. So I would be surprised, but you never know. The ratings are
That's true.
probably there
It is
though.
TLC. It's the chaos network.
Yeah, they Chaos Theory one. They renew way crappier shows than this, so we'll see.
Mhm.
Maybe
Mhm.
they'll do an after MILF Manor to see who's still together and if they are
Post
following
MILF
around.
There's no way.
Yeah.
after the matter.
There's no way. There's no way.
No. There's no one. I saw something pop up on Facebook out of one of the Facebook groups today where it was like Gabriel, like it was his Instagram from today, like it was his story, and it was like post wisdom teeth surgery. It's like guys like in high school still.
Yeah. God. Dressed like a tablecloth today too.
No, yeah, no way that anything even makes it a date past the show ending.
You
No.
didn't see his dad, Bill, but the apple doesn't seem to fall far from the tree.
Oh no, I
Oh,
agree.
yeah, that guy's weird. Okay, Bill, you didn't see it, but they've been divorced. Her and him, Bill, what's his name? Billie Jean? Is that his name or Billie Jane?
Yeah, Billy Jane.
Him and April have been divorced for 20 years, Bill, and they're still kissing.
They're divorced longer than Joey's been alive.
Exactly. And Joey's like, I mean, I don't know. I just I've been like pro this show, like just watching it for fun. But like, I mean, even when we get next week's preview, I just like this show is so dumb. The
Anything
premise.
notable from the parties you guys want to highlight before we just kind of just talk about, hey, we're getting into the finale next week?
Disco Bunny. So Disco Mommy's daughter comes and she dubs herself Disco Bunny.
Okay.
She like kind of hits on Jose, and I think it was more of like a test, right? Did
Yeah,
you say that, Brett?
Yeah, it was a test.
So
She,
we
because
like we
as soon
got
as
tricked.
he shot her down,
Yeah,
and she's like, "Okay, good," because somebody has like pursued both of us before, and that's not okay.
right, right.
So
That's so weird.
And then Paula's daughter like actually is into Joey for some odd reason. It doesn't make any sense. Like, and I guess it looks like they're actually sleeping. Like the people are sleeping over the house, or at least
are
there
they?
for the night. They're there for
Based
the
off the
night.
preview, well, for the night maybe, but off the previews, it looked like they're gone. Which I'm like, I kind of want the family to still be mixed in, especially if Paula's daughter Emma is around. I
Right.
want to see like if Joey can flirt with her while April's still there, but I think they probably go home.
If you're gonna call that flirting,
Or
there's no
see if maybe Disco Bunny can try to like pull Ryan
ruffle some
in or something.
feathers.
I think they should end with what they started with. I don't think they should have the families there for like the finale.
Mhm.
But if it goes and goes off the rails and doesn't end in any way like we thought, screw it. I'm all for it. I'm interested like to see if this is just the standard. Like, how does next week end? Is it just do they vote for who they think the best match was? Like, how do you guys think it's gonna end?
So they kind of alluded in the preview that everyone writes a letter, like kind of stating where you want this relationship to go. So it's just almost like another level of like weeding out who actually wants to be together. So really, probably it's going to end up like two couples maybe being interested. Gabriel doesn't want to be like he's like I don't know if if you're too physical too quickly, you're never gonna the relationship might not work. I'm like what's up with this guy?
It's just kind of laying the
So that one's
groundwork
done.
before
100%
getting out.
done.
Yeah, I think they're burning it. Let's put it this way, guys. Like they're burning out as contestants. We're all burning out as watching. We're gonna keep watching, but like next week's the finale. I don't think we could do another more than like another week of this. Like I need some time
Yeah,
away.
I'm
from
ready.
MILF
I'm ready to get
Manor.
my nights back. And Bill, another thing that they did say that you probably would have laughed at really hard is like they all got asked, like all the boys were like, "Oh, do you want children?" And they're all like, "Yes." And it's like these women are
Are
mid
past
50s,
the
yeah,
they
they're
can't
past
do
their
that
prime
anymore,
of
but
having children. So it's
it's
just
like
like,
Michael Scott. Like when
yeah.
Michael Scott's like sitting there with Pam's mom at her
Mhm.
birthday party and he
Yep.
realizes she's like 60 and he's like, you're old. Like,
Yeah.
I want to have kids. I want to climb mountains.
Not
Yes.
only do they say they want kids, but like, oh yeah, probably someday.
Yeah,
Like they're
someday.
still waiting another 5 to 10 years to have children. You know, like, and these women will be 60 by then or whatever.
Yeah, like Joey can't even legally drink yet.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
just bad. It's starting
This
to
show
just
is just the
it's
worst.
starting to crumble. The wheels are falling. It's like a car, in the cartoons where it's driving.
Yeah. The wheels are literally
Everything's
falling
just falling
off.
off of it as you drive it. That's pretty
Wheels
much
falling off the car, trains going off the tracks. The boys are hitting puberty. The women have already blossomed. Let's just put it that way.
This concept just doesn't make sense purely off that if people are wanting to have a family. Like,
yeah, listen, you gotta we all know
Lord.
there's a good chance when people like win these shows, they don't end up together. But this one is a 0% one, and I don't think we can I agree with you. Like, I don't like watching one where it's 0% chance
Right.
that they're gonna end up together. So curious to see how we end and kind of land the plane next week. Check out our other coverage we have going on here. Look around videos. We've had 90 Day Fiance the other way. Also check out the video that Brian and I did with the mentalist. We had a mentalist come on from the Bachelor appearance. He was the person on the group date this week, and Brian and I had commented that we were skeptics, and he reached out to us, so we did our own live reading. So check out that video. It's definitely something very different than what we normally do. There's the cards from our normal
Never
coverage.
throwing them out.
Check out everything else that we're covering: The Bachelor, Below Deck, Married at First Sight, The Challenge, Survivor. I think that's basically it right now.
Farmer wants a wife.
Jersey Shore, and Brian just did Farmer Finds a Wife, so I'll be covering that. I think Brett wants to watch that as well, so we'll be on that one for next week as well on Fox. But until next time, for myself, Brian, and Brett, thank you. Peace.
Yeehaw.